What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Ball Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. Continue to hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload every single day. Now, Dak Prescott has a fractured ankle. He broke his ankle in the game against the Giants today. I was literally watching the game. It was so disheartening because as soon as they showed his ankle, it was literally his foot was turned the opposite way than it should have been, than his leg. It was just disgusting. And prayers go out to Dak. He'll have surgery tonight to repair his ankle. He'll miss the rest of the season, all of course. And this is huge. Not only is it huge for Dak's career. This could be career altering. We assume that he'll come back just fine, but he plays a violent sport and he has to plant and throw and run and all this different stuff. And for a quarterback, that'll be tough. But this is it's just very crucial, not only for Dak, his career, not only for the Cowboys and their season, but for Dak's future. In regards to his future, his future as a Dallas Cowboy, because this could very well be the last game that we see Dak Prescott play for the Dallas Cowboys. I was having this discussion with one of my buddies on Twitter, and here's why. Dak is playing under the franchise tag, as we all know, and Dak couldn't come to an agreement before this season to get a new deal, a long-term deal. They were arguing about 4 years or 5 years and the money and all that stuff, so they couldn't come to an agreement. Well, now Dak has broken his ankle and subsequently ended his season 5 games into it. So how in the hell do you expect to get a contract done coming off an injury? And not only is he coming off injury, he's coming off a franchise tag where he suffered an injury under said franchise tag. So there's no way in hell Dak is going to play under the tag again. There's no way I would. I don't know. Would you play under the tag again? You just got hurt under the tag. So there's no way, with no long-term stability, no long-term contract, no long-term deal. So that's out the window. Like getting tagged again and playing, that's out the window. So now, how does Dak get his number, or how does Dak, Jerry, and Stephen Jones come to an agreement to get the number that works for both people? Because Dak probably still wants his number. Before this injury, Dak was having his best season. He was having a career year through 5 games. He was having a career year. Just look it up. So how do you come to an agreement to get a number? That number for Dak doesn't get any lower just because he got hurt. But the leverage goes in favor of Stephen and Jerry Jones because you're hurt. You're hurt and you're trying to get money from us. We don't know how you're going to come back. We don't know how you're going to bounce back. We don't know if you'll be the same player. So this is going to be a hell of an off-season thing to watch for. And obviously we have a season and we have the coronavirus pandemic. We have, games getting postponed, rescheduled, the Cupid Shuffle. The NFL's playing Cupid Shuffle with schedules right now because of all the positive tests and the postponements and the moving around and all this stuff. So we got to get through the season first. But if you're a Cowboys fan, if you're just a fan of football, we all fans of football took a collective gasp when we saw what happened to Dak Prescott, when we saw what his ankle, his leg looked like. If you haven't seen it, if you're squeamish, I advise not looking at it because it's horrendous. But football fans, Dallas fans, all alike, will be watching this offseason to see what the Cowboys do. What they do with Dak. They didn't give him his money. He wanted his money. Everybody who likes football hates the franchise tag. Players hate it, and fans, we hate it too. It's horrible. It's the worst thing in sports. Nobody else has a franchise. No other sport has a franchise tag. No other major sport has a franchise tag. The sport that doesn't give guaranteed contracts have this stupid thing called the damn franchise tag that you forced to play under, and then things like this happens. If Dak isn't the first, and he damn sure won't be the last to get hurt under the franchise tag, and that's unfortunate. So, and then here's another thing to think about, right? Because you have to take this into consideration. What if Andy Dalton plays well? What if Andy Dalton, which is very likely because he's not a scrub, he's not a horrible quarterback, what if he, and this is a horrible division, what if he goes out and wins the NFC East and doesn't look bad doing it? Looks pretty decent. Maybe he doesn't put up the numbers Dak puts up, but what if he looks good? Andy Dalton's arguably the best backup quarterback in the league, or maybe Nick Foles was, but he's a starter now, and now Andy's a starter. But, he was arguably the best backup free agent quarterback signed to any team. So what if he goes out there and wins you 10 games or wins the division? What happens then? What happens with Dak then? we very much could have seen Dak Prescott. I don't think so. I think they'll come to some sort of agreement. I think Jerry, it's going to be, I mean, the ball's in their court because they have a lot of leverage right now with him having this ankle injury, and it's so unfortunate and it's so unfair. It is so unfair, but life's unfair. But the ball's in their court, and they have the leverage to pay or not pay Dak. And if Andy Dalton goes out there and balls, they might not want to pay him. And we might have seen the last of Dak Prescott in a Cowboys uniform. And that's sad to see. That's sad to know. That's sad to see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below over the Dak Prescott situation. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Ball Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. I will see you next time.